in our hearing, when it got to be my turn, I'd heard over and over the question about, did you have proof that Russia was trying to play in the election? And of course, it turns out they only spent like $4,500. But so I said, well, you obviously came prepared to answer the Democrats' questions that you found that Russia had been manipulating things. How much manipulation did you find from China or North Korea or others? And they couldn't answer that. They only looked for Russia. And it should go without saying that some places are very good at hacking or manipulating and making it look like it was a different country.
Right.
You plant seeds that make it look like it was a different country. And as I pointed out when I was questioning Peter Strzok, the Intel community IG, the actual IG sent his investigator, Frank Rucker, over to tell Peter Strzok, as head of the FBI's counterterrorism, and there were two other FBI individuals there, and he said, hey, we now have proof 100% that Hillary Clinton's server was hacked. And he told them the country, it wasn't Russia, and it's come out from other sources, I knew at the time, but it's China.
Yeah, of course.
And here we have all these elites from Google and YouTube and Twitter, and they're saying, oh, well, actually, we never looked for anything besides Russia. We don't know.
So they're more worried about less than $5,000?
No, they were more worried about satisfying the Democrats that were there to help them than they were about truth.
And the American people need to know, $5,000 worth of Facebook ads by Russia or whomever compared with a hacking of the Secretary of State by our greatest adversary, likely, is China. You know, and so there's very little comparison, but the news media covered one and didn't cover the other, and that's frightening.
There was an inspector general for the House, and she was brilliant. In fact, I think she's still president of some international IT security organization. She knew her business, and she was running down evidence. She had a notebook with all kinds of information about the investigation that firmly established what appeared to be crimes being committed.
Sure.
And Jeff had indicated, and you need to talk to the House IG, who had been forced out by people in the House because she knew too much and she felt like this needed to be properly investigated, maybe grand jury. Well, they ran her off from the House because she was pushing it. And then the FBI did not interview her until 2 or 3 days before the sentencing hearing. And basically they called her in and told her, do not, under any circumstances, bring your notebook or anything with you. You just come, don't bring anything. And then what I understood was the FBI reported back to Jeff Sessions. We looked into it, and the IG, she doesn't have anything. She didn't have any evidence.
She wasn't allowed to bring any.
She wasn't allowed to bring any, so they said,
state.
Yeah, that she didn't have any. We talked to her, she didn't have any evidence.
Never mind the national security risk.
And they spent over 2 hours basically threatening her that they would come after her if she didn't drop it. That's the kind of deep state we're talking about.
Well, never mind the national security side of it, which is serious and severe and you know, criminal. But we already excused Secretary Clinton for essentially doing the same thing, which is making our nation's secrets available to foreign nations. But just
and the FBI continues, as of the last public statement in August, after I pointed out that Hillary Clinton's private server was hacked.
It was.
That the Inspector General of the intelligence community, our intelligence, came forward, told the FBI, including Peter Strzok, we have 100% certainty, we got proof, and the FBI released a statement at the end of August saying, we have no evidence that her private server was ever hacked. Yeah, because you refused to accept the evidence. Sure. The IG was willing to give it to them, and they didn't want it. They did not want that proof. So I was hoping that Director Wray would be an answer, but when he had a statement like that come out of his FBI office, then it was clear to me he's more interested in protecting the deep state FBI than he is cleaning things up and reestablishing any semblance of integrity.